We continue to focus on the 2023 Standard Bank Young Artist Award winners, and they're here in studio. They've been announced. They collectively represent a celebration of talent, creativity, accomplishment, and human ingenuity. These artists join a prestigious pantheon of award-winning artists who've gone on to shape South Africa's creative economy and the art history. We're now joined virtually by the performance art recipient, Angel Ho, and in studio by theatre recipient, Kgomotso MoMo Matsunyane. Very good morning to you two. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you. Now, I'm going to start with you, Momo. How does it feel to be a Standard Bank Young Artist recipient? And how much of a validation is it for you for the great work that you do?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. This is a huge recognition within my sector. And I think as a young practitioner, everybody just wants to be seen and recognized for the work that they do. It's been 19 long years of being in this craft. So this is great validation for my work. So I'm super excited and I'm grateful for this opportunity, but also feel like I'm deserving.
Congratulations. But of course you are. But of course you are. Now, Angel, let me also bring you in. How does it make you feel for being awarded such an accolade? And how much of a validation is it for the work that you do?
It makes me feel like I'm a superstar and I was like meant to be doing what I'm doing. It's been like a journey of 10 years of making music and crafting my my performance background, and also I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I do creative direction. I do a bunch of disciplinaries and disciplines, and now I am just feeling fully realized and fully accomplished. And there's still a few more steps to take, but it's just the beginning. I haven't touched the tip of the iceberg just yet.
It definitely is a beginning, and it's going to take a while, but very, very fulfilling, I must say. And there's so much that you do. You did mention that you do production and performance, DJ work, performance art, costuming, etc., etc. But how do they all interlink?
Well, the thing is, it's kind of like, my mentor told me once that music videos are the highest form of art, and I totally agree with that in this extent. And it stuck with me all these years, to create something that is masterful in the body being presented, in the fact that I am singing, and in the fact that I am creating a costume or a look, a persona or energy. And I just feel like it's all encompassing of the fact that they all connect with each other. And I feel like the fact that I can showcase everything together through music is basically the greatest thing that I've ever done.
But it is art after all, and art has a way of interlinking.
It is art, for sure.
Whatever you do, but as long as it is art, there's always that connecting factor. And do you feel that hard work is so important for you to be where you are today? And how much of a factor is consistency in the work that you do?
Of course it is. Of course it is. I think if you want to be great at anything, you have to be super committed and dedicated to and consistent, with whatever it is that you want to practice. Like I say, I started acting at the age of 6 and professionally from the age of 14. So I didn't stumble on this thing and one day be like, no, this has been a lifelong journey. I studied for this. I have an honors degree in performance and film and television. So this has always been a lifelong dream of mine, right? So the journey has obviously not been easy. Were there many times I wanted to quit? Of course there were, especially because our industry is not necessarily regulated, right? I can't walk into a doctor's surgery office and be like, okay, heart surgery, but every single day we are faced with challenges where young people or people who are not even trained or people who just feel like, and people really don't realize how intense this work is. And so this has been lifelong. This has been lifelong, and it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of challenges, and of course, I think my resilience. I think you have to be resilient in this craft. You have to be resilient. And
what is it about theatre, of course, that fascinates you? And just looking into the industry, just looking back and looking ahead, and where you are today, currently, what is it that you would love to change about theatre?
Firstly, the thing that is fascinating is that it's live, right? So I can't...
No second takes.
I can't hide. There's no cut. The audience is right there in front of you. It's such a visceral experience, and the energy is tangible, right? And it's an exchange, as opposed to like TV, you can pause something and go to the toilet or go make yourself a sandwich. Whereas in the theatre, you are transfixed and in the work and in the space. So
and
that's,
you feed into the audience's emotions.
Absolutely.
If they are happy with your performance, you can feel it. And if they're not, you can feel it.
But that's why you also have to be consistent, right? That's why we learn that we don't perform for the audience. You know, where you suddenly start to feel like, and then you start doing weird things just to kind of get them. No, that's not your job. Do the play that we rehearsed.
I like that. You don't perform for the audience.
No,
it's quite interesting, though, because, I mean, the audience is there. Who are you performing for?
Yeah. Well,
That's
your job is to tell the story, right? So if you technically perform for the audience, then when are you just going to be going off of whatever it is that they're offering in the space? And that's not what it is. You're supposed to be disciplined enough to understand that this is what we've rehearsed, this is what we've prepared, and this is what I am offering.
And this is why you won the Standard Bank Award?
I mean, hello. Hello.
Now, Angel, let's talk about what is NON or NON and how it came about.
Well, NON is a previously created collective, but it's kind of defunct at the moment. Okay. So the thing is, NON started with Chino Amobi and Malika and Gobo. And what happened was we were artists all around the world, and we kind of decided to join collectively. This was in 2013. And we basically changed the trajectory of the music producer and how music is crafted from like underground DJs and how it influenced the sonic textures of pop culture. So NON is a African collective of with African diaspora in it that aims to change and be socially, politically inclined in the music that we've created. So we did like performances in Red Bull Music Academy in New York. We worked with New Museum in New York, and we also worked with various theaters in Europe to put on a show called The Great Disappointment. And it was kind of like, and anything goes, you know, it was very decolonial in its practice. And I think I've learned a lot of lessons from that because at the time, you know, we kind of, the reason we stopped was because, you know, the how can I say this, the environment that was created around it, we became such a commodity that it literally destroyed its purpose of being decolonial, and then we were like, we're just shutting it down. Okay. It was actually a practice that was quite difficult to achieve.
Right. And how are you also bringing LGBTQI issues to light in South Africa through your music?
Just by existing, you know, like I literally, you know what I did? I made a conscious decision to not perpetuate stereotypes within the LGBTQ community that heteronormative people hold and place within their consciousness. And I decided that the most decolonial thing that I could do is to actually perform myself as just a normal human being and discuss issues that are arbitrary to the consciousness, that are like, that have many meanings, that are ambiguous, and I think that's what made me a great songwriter, is that I'm ambiguous with my content, ambiguous with the way that I speak on issues. So it kind of tackles everything at once. And but then when you see me singing it, I'm sure people start to think about the LGBTQ phenomenon. So I'm really, I like that.
Okay. All right, great chatting to you too. Thank you so much for joining us, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you for having us.
Great stuff. Well,
thank you.